today's video is an Ask Sherry video, and thank you all for your questions. There were over 500 questions across Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and that is pretty insane. I'm going to try and answer as many as I can, but if I don't answer yours in this one, I will probably answer it in one of the other Ask Sherry videos. I keep doing these, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question is from Sakshi D, who said, where are you planning to go this year? A lot of you have also asked me where I'm planning to go for summer and lots of questions like that. Now, there is an interesting story behind this. Now, my next trip, which is a really impromptu trip, and it might or might not happen, I may go to Budapest next week. I don't know if I'm going to get my visa yet, but if I do, then I will be going to Budapest next week. But in June, I am actually going on my first family holiday. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a video in the beginning of the year, which was things that I want to do this year. I'm going to link that here if you haven't watched it. And basically, I wanted to take my parents on holiday, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm taking them to Bali for 6 days, and yes, that's happening in June. So I'm definitely going to Bali, and I might be going to Budapest. Then we have Gail Pereira, who asks, what is the biggest fashion faux pas according to you? Wearing the wrong underwear. Like, I always see women with like panty lines showing and stuff like that, and that just really like I don't mind people wearing what they want to wear, but wearing the wrong underwear is a real no for me. And if you guys want me to do a video on the kind of underwear that you should wear with a particular kind of outfit, leave that in the comments. Maybe I will do that. It's been on my list for a while, but I'm just not sure if you guys would enjoy something like that or not. But it is something that bothers me for sure. If I see some panty line showing, I'm like, no. Then we have Pavni, who said, who shortened your name from the splendid Sherazad to the tiny Sherry? Now, I have actually explained the story behind my name. I don't know if I've said why I'm called Sherry as well, but I will tell you anyway. My elder sister Anaita, basically when I was born, my parents wanted to call me Sherry. And she said, don't call her Sherry, because if I have a daughter, I want to name her Sherry. And I do not know why my parents would listen to a 14-year-old, but they did, and they named me Sherazad. And now Anaita has 2 sons, and people call me Sherry and Sherazad. So yeah, that's how it all worked out. Then we have Stuti.4, who says, I want to start a successful channel. What should I do? And how much time does it take? What all do you require? A lot of you have asked this question as well. The problem is with the word successful. Everybody starts with this, how do I make my channel successful? There is no formula, there is no real like, okay, if you do A, B, C and D, you will have a successful YouTube channel. It doesn't work that way. I've done numerous videos about this, and I've always told you guys that don't, start a channel with thinking about making money or being famous or being successful. Start it with something that you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about fashion, start a fashion-based channel. If you're passionate about beauty, comedy, whatever. But don't do it with just the aim to be successful, because then you probably won't be successful. You really need to love what you do on this platform, and I firmly believe that. And I don't think there's any shortcuts or any kind of written method that you can follow to be successful on YouTube. Unfortunately, that is the truth. So I would say watch the other videos that I've done earlier talking about this, and yeah, just do what you're really passionate about. Then we have like a zillion questions. I think the most questions have been asked about my wedding, what I'm wearing, the date, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to club them all and try and answer all your questions in one go. I'm going to start with the date. I announced it on my Instagram a while ago, but some of you still seem to be asking me when it is. So it's on the 9th of December this year. So yeah, we have a date. What I'm going to be wearing is the other hot question that a lot of you are asking. I don't really know what it'll be, but I do know that it will probably be white. I'm Parsi, and we usually wear a white lace sari when we get married. So I don't know if it's gonna be some kind of a sari or something else, but it'll probably be white. And yeah, we're having a really small civil ceremony. We're not doing anything religious, so I could wear anything I want to wear, but I think I would rather wear white, because that's pretty much what I see myself in, I think. So yeah, but who knows, I might change my mind in a few months and it might be like blue or pink or green or anything. But as of now, it's something white. Then we have Shruti Cheda, who asks, what is your favorite Indian sweet? Gulab jamuns. I love gulab jamuns. Janu Deshle asks, how would you describe your life in one word or sentence? Hectic. Do you believe in reincarnation? No, I don't believe in reincarnation. I'm Parsi, and I don't think there's any form of reincarnation in Parsis. You have one life. and you live it to the fullest. And that is pretty much what I believe. Aditi Bhatia 166, who is your YouTube competition? There's no real competition on YouTube. I think everybody kind of does what works for them. And also, I feel that everybody's channel is different because each person has their own personality, their own reasons for being on YouTube, their own likes and dislikes, and everybody is really different. So some of you might kind of like my channel because you can maybe relate to certain things that I say or do in my life. Someone else might relate to somebody else. I might relate to somebody else's channel. So I don't think there's any like competition. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, okay, let's see who's got the best fashion channel or who's got the best beauty channel or who's the best vlogger or things like that. For me, at least in my head, I don't see it that way. I see everybody doing their own thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think that I have any competition on YouTube because I don't really look at anybody else's channel as competition. I see it as an expression of their creativity and what they're doing in life. Then we have Bhairavi98 who says, do you wax your arms? Oh wow, I have not waxed my arms in like years. Like, I don't even remember the last time I waxed my arms. It's been at least, what, 6-7 years at least. I did full body laser, so I did laser my arms, but I still have hair on my arms. But because I kind of always wear sleeveless stuff, I can never wait for it to like grow out to wax it. So I shave it, and I have been shaving it for years. And I know a lot of you are gonna go like, oh, shaving! But another video that I've been planning to do is how to shave and talking about my experience about shaving, what I use. And also telling you guys, you know, the truth about how your hair grows back, because a lot of people seem to think that shaving is the worst thing in the world, which it is definitely not. So if you want me to do a shaving based video, leave that in the comments as well, and maybe I will do one. Then we have AA.living who says, favorite 2016 apps on your iPhone. Okay, so I have a lot of favorite apps. I'm really addicted to my phone. I'm always on my phone, but I will say social media wise, Snapchat. Food based, I love Scootsy. Like, you can order stuff like from stores or food and you know, like all of that, and I really use that a lot. Shopping wise, I would say ASOS and Jabong. I'm pretty much on them all the time. Travel wise, TripAdvisor, Django Radio for music, and then of course Netflix. So these are pretty much my favorites at this point in time. Then we have Simran Bhatia 11 who says, did your family accept Vaibhav in one go, or did it take some time for you to convince them? My family doesn't need any convincing for anything. They're like the most supportive people ever. And I don't think I had to tell them when I was serious about Vaibhav. In fact, I pretty much told them when I started dating him, maybe say a couple of weeks into us starting dating. They already knew that I was seeing somebody. And yeah, my parents have always been really honest with them about all my boyfriends and relationships, and they're really open and really chilled out. They are amazing, and they're like the coolest parents in the world, to be honest with you. So never had any sort of problems like this. Then we have an interesting question from Apurvi28 who says, what do you suggest will help decrease the rate of crimes against women in our country? Now Apurvi, I feel really strongly about this, and I just feel that there is only one thing that can change this whole thing. You've got to change the outlook of the boys and the men that you're bringing up in your family. So if be it through education, I feel everybody needs to be educated enough to understand what is right or wrong. Like, women need to understand that they don't need to suffer and be unhappy or be abused. Men need to realize that they shouldn't be doing this to women, and that there's no superior and inferior sex. And I feel this can largely be achieved through education, and also through educating kids when they're at a really young age in your own home. So like parents, family members should always tell young boys and young girls about how to behave or what not to do. And I feel that's really important. Like with my nephews, we always teach them to never be rough with any girls. So they have a lot of play dates with their friends who are girls and boys, and we always strictly say, you know you can never talk rudely to the girl, or never be mean to the girl, or never push the girl. And I think that really goes a long way. Like, you've really got to start young and bring up a child believing that this is how they're supposed to behave with the opposite sex. And hopefully that will put an end to this. Then we have Swag Kumari who says, did you face any struggles while modeling? Yes, you've done a couple of videos telling us about your modeling career, but was it all happy, or do you actually face a lot of help? I think it's just like any other industry. There's a good and a bad side, which is always the case. But I think, it totally depends on the choices you make and the kind of work that you want to do, and the kind of people that you associate with in this whole process. So I was really lucky. I don't think I've had any really bad experiences, honestly, in my 10 years of modeling. Nothing that's like, oh my god, like glaringly terrible. And yeah, it's just like any other industry. You will have a good and a bad side to it. You will have periods with no work. You will be broke. So it's like struggling in any other industry. Like a lot of you have commented about my workout routine, my diet, and what I do, a fitness video, all those questions. I honestly have not been working out regularly for a long time now, for at least say a year. And I'm just about starting and getting back to working out and running and things like that. So once I do get into everything properly, I will definitely do a video. But at this point, I feel like it's a bit of a lie to do a video and show you guys what I was doing a year ago, because I'm not really doing that right now. Yeah, I will get back to doing what I was doing, and I will show you guys. Just be a little patient. Let me get back into form. What do I keep in the other 3 trunks? Now this is interesting. I told you guys about these trunks in my shoe storage video. So this one, the first 2 have makeup. The first little guy has chalk for my chalkboard. This one and this one has like my everyday stuff that I use. This one has extra makeup and hair stuff. And then the last trunk, which you probably saw in the video, which is why you're asking, has stuff that I don't really see. It's just stuff that I want to keep, like lots of papers, letters, old photographs, stuff like that. Harvey Specter or Tyrion Lannister? Harvey Specter any day. Harvey. Aina Mehta 10 who asks, would you stop YouTube after a certain age or continue doing it till you can? Honestly, I don't really think I would ever stop YouTubing now. This is what I do. This is my job and I love it. So I think my channel will just grow with me. So as I get older, you'll see different aspects of my life. Like this is what's currently happening in my life. 5 years later, you'll see what's happening in my life then. And 10 years later, you'll see what's happening in my life then. And then 50 years later, you'll see what's happening in my life then. So I think I will keep YouTubing. This is an interesting one. Padmini asks, if you could act in any TV show, what would it be and what character would you want to be? The Khaleesi in Game of Thrones. I love Daenerys Targaryen and I would love to play her. Then we have Priyanka who asks, what is my educational qualification? I am a BA LLB. Then we have Shloka Shetty who asks, will you shoot the whole wedding shopping process and everything as you do it simultaneously? Honestly, I don't believe in this whole trousseau concept and stuff like that. I will be using the same clothes that I wear right now and stuff like that after I get married as well. So there won't be that much shopping. So I don't think there's going to be like detailed videos about shopping because there isn't going to be that much shopping. Then we have Ashweta 24 who says, why don't you color or straighten your hair? A lot of people are doing it any reason. Honestly, no reason. I have straightened my hair years ago in the past. I kind of like my hair the way it is right now in its natural form. I like curls a lot more than I like straight hair. Or I like a little kink in the hair, like I don't like it to be like focused straight. So when Odd cut my hair in December, she kind of highlighted bits and pieces of my hair and I really liked it. I might color it, I might not, but it's not like I hate color or anything of that sort. And yeah, I just prefer my hair in its natural form, so I don't really straighten it or perm it or any of those things. The last question that I'm going to take is by Nishita Kaushik, who says, what message do you have for young girls, especially the kind of audience that you have, girls at that age who battle various issues like body image, self-esteem issues, depression, and how people like you who constantly have to stay upbeat in the limelight deal with it. The first piece of advice I want to give you is don't listen to anybody else. Listen to yourself. You need to be fit. You need to be healthy. That's what matters, not the size or shape of your body. It's pretty much if you're healthy and you're fit and you're happy with the way you look, that's all that matters. So don't listen to other people. Don't let people pull you down. Nobody has the right to tell you about your body or your looks or anything like your physical appearance. And I know a lot of people comment, like lately there have been a lot of nasty comments coming in, and when I correct people, they're like, oh, you're on a public platform, learn to take criticism. And I'm sorry, but I'm open to criticism about my work. So if you were to tell me the sound in this video is terrible, or I can't hear you, I can't see you, I'm happy to take that criticism. But if you're going to tell me, oh, your teeth are crooked, or oh, you're ugly, or you know, you laugh too much, well, those are not issues for me. I'm really happy with the person that I am, and I think that's really rude to tell people that. So I think firstly, all you young people need to realize that being rude is not being cool. They're very different things, and that sometimes it's better to not say anything than to say something nasty to someone. That's what I was taught when I was a kid, at least. My parents used to always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, sometimes it's better not to say anything at all. And I totally agree with that. I think that's a great philosophy to have in life. We all have opinions, and it's okay to have an opinion, but you don't need to have an opinion about somebody else's physical appearance, or you know, their size, their shape, anything. You have no right to have an opinion about somebody else. So be comfortable in your own skin, be confident, and if anybody tells you anything that you don't like to hear, correct them and tell them that they don't have the right to tell you that. So those are all the questions that I'm going to answer today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you have any more questions that you really want me to answer, leave them in the comments, and I promise I will answer them. See you guys. Bye.